Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of great millstone of Ruwal, and Shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. I'm the brother Kalab, and I'm from the GMS UK line of forecasters camp, coming back at you with another lesson to help edify those of which I spoke of. So we've got some breaking news here that just published 3 hours ago. It says at least 32 people dead after major earthquake in the Philippines. So I'm watching this on BBC News. Let's play this article and see what it says.
There in the south of the country. Well, let's update you on what's been happening in the Philippines. There's been a pretty bad earthquake there in the south of the country. The quake measured a magnitude of 7.8. That's big, off the island of Mindanao. 32 people, we are now hearing, have been killed. More than 130 are reported to be injured. People living in coastal areas were warned to move to higher ground, and the Philippines President, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., says he's directed all relevant government agencies to act immediately. Well, let's speak now to the president of the Philippine Disaster Resilience Foundation, Butch Mele, who joins us from Manila. Butch, good to have you with us. I know you are in Manila, but you've got a team, I'm sure, in Mindanao. Just tell us what's happening there.
Yeah, hi, Lucy. Thanks for having me. Yes, we're deploying a team there as we speak. And from what we understand, there are at least 2 malls that partially collapsed, a chapel, school buildings, and a couple of other structures. The main damage seems to be to infrastructure in the area. One of the airports is closed, continues to stay closed, and several provinces have no power.
So, Butch, we're seeing some pictures actually that have come from Mindanao. Is there a big rescue effort? I mean, if these buildings have collapsed, things like a shopping mall, do we know if there are people trapped in the rubble?
Well, luckily, Lucy, the earthquake happened sometime around 8 or 8:30 in the morning, and the malls were closed. So there was hardly anyone in the malls at the time. So from what we're hearing, at least so far, we don't have all the information right now because it was so recent, casualty rates seem to be relatively low for now. We were asked earlier to get, because we're a private sector group, to get miners from other parts of the country to be ready to send them over there to Mindanao, which is in the southern part of the country, to help rescue victims. But so far, doesn't look like we're going to have to do that.
But have you got villages and places, you mentioned there's no power, that you haven't had contact with yet? Is it possible we still don't know the extent of any damage, destruction, loss of life?
Oh, yes, for sure. Reports are still coming in. And as you mentioned, many of these areas have been cut off. In addition, a lot of these areas are rural and far-flung. So, yeah, communication is very sporadic. So we don't have the full reports at this time.
And Butch, you also said an airport is closed. Does that mean there's going to be issues getting people in to help with what happens next?
Well, what we're doing is we're trying to go through other airports in the immediate area. But yeah, it means taking a longer land route from these other airports rather than if we were able to get in directly. So it's going to take us a bit longer to get to see what's happening and to assess the situation.
Well, I hope it goes well for you and the teams you do manage to get in. Thank you so much for sharing with us what you know, Butch. Good to have you with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy.
Right, now what they're not telling you on the news is that these earthquakes are parts of the signs of the end, because we are coming towards the end of this kingdom, which is ruled by Esau, Edom. Esau, the Edomite. Esau is the progenitor of the Edomites. The Edomites are you so-called white people on the face of the earth today, predominantly. Now you will find some of our people scattered among them, but for the most part, these so-called Caucasians, these so-called white people, they're the Edomites. And this kingdom has been given into their hand for a short time to rule. Job 9:24 tells us that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? So that is that man, the wicked man, the Edomite man, ruling for this short time, covering the faces of the true judges of the earth, who are actually us Israelites, because we were given the laws, statutes, and commandments, which was the wisdom to be able to govern this planet profitably. You know, Esau doesn't have that wisdom. So he is an unprofitable ruler of the planet, and in due time the Heavenly Father is going to take him out of power and set up one that is profitable, meaning that when Yahushua returns, who is the Son of the Heavenly Father, the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, when he returns and establishes his kingdom, which will be the kingdom of heaven on this earth, it's going to be ruled by Yahushua himself, King David, and under King David the rest of the 12 disciples who became apostles, and then under them the rest of the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, whom we hope to be. None of us know for certain, but we give diligence to make our calling and election sure, in hopes that we are indeed of that number that are chosen to receive that glory of governing the earth. Making rulership decisions over all the nations, because all the nations are going to be subjected unto us in the kingdom. Now, what I said a moment ago was that these earthquakes and upfalls of people, these are signs of the end. But BBC News isn't going to tell you that. They're just going to tell you, oh, it's just another day, another earthquake. No, these are all signs of the beginning of the end. Well, we're at more than the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end started 2,000 years ago when Yahushua was crucified. So now we're approaching the end of the end. So let's read Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat up on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of this world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumours of wars. See, we've got all of that going on with Israel, Iran, and the United States going at it right now. You've got Ukraine and Russia going at it. You've got these wars and rumours of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Check this point out. And there shall be famines and pestilences. What did we have? We had the Hunter virus. We had the Ebola outbreak. Famines on the horizon, with the Strait of Hormuz still being causing backlogs and other problems with that situation. That could lead to famines. And here's the point. And earthquakes in diverse places. So we just had a massive 7 point something earthquake in the Philippines today. Well, guess what? Scriptures say this. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are signs of the end. And as watchmen, which is what we're called to be if we are indeed the prophets, we're supposed to watch for these signs and give warnings to the people, because the Most High speaks through these earthquakes, these forest fires, these tsunamis, these hurricanes, all these natural disasters that take place upon the first. These are judgments from the Heavenly Father. So, these are all signs of the impending end of this world, end of Esau's kingdom. So we can lift up our heads, because we know that our redemption draweth nigh when we see these things. So this is just another sign. So yeah, that's just a quick hit through the spirit. Just saw that news, I wanted to speak on it. So with that, I want to once again give all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chachodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. And I'll catch you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom for now.